Kia ora everybody, it's Monique Bradley here. Welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to my live streams, I am really excited to share this with you. I've actually lost more than 40 kilos in weight. I've transformed my health. I was pre-diabetic, I had really high blood pressure, and I've completely reversed those conditions, and I'm actually in the best health of my life. And I just measured myself today. I'm pretty excited to announce I've actually lost 10 centimeters from the circumference of my waist. And how I've done that is by transforming my diet, transforming my mindset, and getting out and moving, going for a walk, and not having such a sedentary life. One of the keys to my success has been learning about the food I eat, getting rid of processed foods, and really learning to embrace a new way of eating. So for me, something that's really worked is eating low carb foods. So those are foods that don't mess with your glycemic index, adding a little extra protein into your diet, adding a little extra good fats, and reducing kind of those empty calories. And I'm talking about things like carbohydrates, starches, I'm talking about sugar, things like that, that we might like, that might be part of what we see as a normal diet. But for lots of us out there, they just don't work for my body. So tonight I thought I would share with you, and I've got some notes to share as well as some great recipes. One of my favorite things, it's a go-to dish that I make when I can't think of what to eat, and I like to actually have it already pre-prepared in my fridge. So if I come home, I've had an appointment in the morning and I come home to the studio here, because this is my home as well, I know I've got this as a backup dish already loaded into the fridge so I don't get all hangry, and it's delicious and it's creamy and it's kind of desserty, but you can eat for breakfast, lunch or dinner. Really, really cool. First of all, hi Kelly Downs, good to see you. Tracy Marie, good to see you. Jendi, good to see you. Sonia Irving, hi honey, long time no see. Gina Sterling and Peter Haynes, great having you guys on the stream tonight. Rachel Thompson, I believe you're here tonight too. Really good to see you guys. Tonight I want to talk about the wonder of chia seeds. And the reason why I really love these little guys is that they are loaded with protein. So one of the things I've learned in my nutritional journey is that there are lots of things you can actually add to your diet to create complete proteins without eating a lot of meat or without eating a lot of eggs, which a lot of people think when they go on Atkins or keto or low carb, that that's what you live off. You live off a lot of eggs. No, my friends, no. I didn't actually like eggs when I first started this journey, so it's been occasionally, poached eggs occasionally. So I really had to overcome that and find out how to add more protein into my diet without necessarily living off eggs all day, every day. And learning about chia seeds was really amazing. You see, when you add different protein sources like chia seeds and maybe quinoa together, or rice and beans as an example, while rice might be really high in the glycemic index, rice has proteins in it and so does beans. However, individually they may not work, but when you link them all together, they end up containing all of the amino acids to basically create a complete protein. Chia seeds are another thing you can add into a smoothie or into a dessert, even onto your porridge, to basically create a complete protein and enhance the protein intake in your diet. Now these guys are amazing. I've got white chia seeds here tonight. I'm going to show you how to turn them into a really tasty dessert. Now you can get them in white or black. Black ones I believe haven't been too finely processed. These ones mean they've just had the harder fibrous coating taken from the outside. Now I've got 1 tablespoon of chia seeds here, and I've got 3 tablespoons of water in this container. Now this, if you don't want to put eggs in a dish, you can actually replace an egg. I wouldn't eat it, but you can replace eggs in baking. This is what we call a chia egg. So this, over a period of time, will actually get thicker and thicker. And that's because chia seeds can actually absorb up to 10 times their weight in liquid. I know, right? Truly amazing. So these guys are fantastic. I can't even remember, maybe every gram of them contains, I think it's like 4 grams of protein. And the cool thing is, if you're a low carber like me, when you come to actually look at the amount of your macros, which are the nutrients that go into your diet, if you want to calculate how many carbs you've got in a dish, you actually have to reduce, you have to minus out the alcohol, sugars, and it's very technical. You minus out the alcohol, sugars, and the amount of fiber from your carb intake to get your net carbs, so you can see how many carbs you've had over a day. Long process. If you want to know more, seriously, message me or let's have a meeting and let's talk about it. But by doing it this way, if you increase the amount of fiber in a diet, you actually end up reducing the amount of carbs because it basically creates that complete protein within a dish. So yeah, that's kind of how it works. I'm going to leave that to thicken. So you guys, in fact, it's already thickening. Look at that. See, it's getting thicker and thicker. And basically in there, it becomes quite gelatinous. And you can use that if you're baking a cake or a low-carb cake instead of using an egg. So that's 1 tablespoon of chia seeds with 3 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of water. And that's how it thickens up. Now, the cool thing about chia seeds is if you are wanting to lose weight, like I've been, you can add them into your smoothies and they kind of fill up your stomach a little bit more because they absorb so much fluid. So instead of just having sort of a milkshake or something like that, that's not going to fill you up very much. You know, if you're having a protein shake, if you add in a table of chia seeds, it will actually swell in that fluid and it's like a bulking agent without all the chemicals. And that's really why I love it. So chia seeds, protein, you've got amino acids in there, you've got good fats which help with cardiovascular health. They've even done studies on it, and according to the studies I read online, and I'm happy to provide the study evidence as well, according to the studies I read, chia seeds in your diet have also been linked to reducing insulin resistance, so helping people with type 2 diabetes. Again, another reason why I absolutely adore them. Hello, Mario Ramiro over in Australia, Evan Stewart, good to see you. Shivani, good to see you. Paul Newman, Sonia Paul, Gina Sterling, kia ora to you, Nanny Gina. And over on the other stream, Lynn Nolan, tagging in Rebecca Nolan, good move. In fact, people, before I delve into tonight's recipe, tag in your friends and share this post and invite people because these recipes are delicious and they serve your health. Hello also to Heidi Speeman, my sister from another mister. Good to have you guys on board. Okay, so let's make dessert. Why I love this is that it really is simple and you end up with these delicious puddings. So I've already pre-made some pudding in a mason jar here and I'm going to show you what you can do with it afterwards. It has kind of a weird kind of glutinous kind of texture, but it's seriously tasty. And if you don't like the texture, because it is kind of seedy inside, you can put it into, say, a ninja bullet like this and you can actually blend it down so it's really fine, almost like a chocolate mousse. On my website, moniquebradley.tv, I've already put this recipe into the website. It's what I was eating earlier in the week when I couldn't think of what to eat. So the recipe is already there, but basically it's up to you to do with it what you like. So long as you remember that the more liquid you put in here and the less amount of chia seeds you put in, the more liquidy it will be. So it's about getting your ratio right of chia seeds and liquid. So I'm using tonight, not soda water, I'm using tonight, I've got almond milk. I know there's a lot of debate about almond milk. What are your thoughts, team? Do you like almond milk? Do you not? Yes, you can use cow's milk. However, what I can tell you is if you are conscious of your calories, 1 cup of almond milk, which is about 256 mils or 8 ounces in this container here, 1 cup is only 40 calories. With almond milk, especially if you make it yourself, so not the pre-bought stuff, but the real stuff you make, you're getting extra vitamins and minerals in there as well. So really good. I replace it when I make smoothies rather than using dairy milk because 1 cup of dairy milk will give you it's about 100 calories, so you know you're already kicking the calories a little bit higher if you are making a smoothie. And I just really like nut milk as well. I think it's really delicious. Okay, so into here, I know for a fact that if I'm going to make a chocolate chia pudding like this, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. So I need about 3 to 4 tablespoons of chia seeds to make this nice and thick. When I was testing making a vanilla chia pudding, which I've got in this jar, I put in originally 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. I've got 1 cup of nut milk in there. I've got some sweetener in there, which we'll go into shortly. It wasn't quite thick enough because I didn't add the cocoa powder in there as well. So if you're not adding anything else which is going to be a thickener, like cocoa powder as an example, you might want to actually add 4 tablespoons of chia seeds to 1 cup of almond milk. So that's if you're going to use this as a base for maybe you want to add some berry berries and whiz it through, or you might want to add some ginger if you're going to have little tiny bits of pear in there as well. Ginger and pear goes really nicely together. Really good with walnuts in there too. Anyway, we'll get into serving suggestions shortly. So we've got a cup of almond milk in there first, and this, look, seriously, this could not be simpler. You're going to grab your beautiful, delicious, healthy chia seeds, and really they are fantastic. They've even been linked to, because they're so high in protein, they're good for building muscle and actually helping you burn fat. So we like that as well. I like that a lot. It's fantastic, and they will give you an energy boost. So if you're going to use a tablespoon in a morning smoothie, keep it in the morning because it will give you a little hit of energy to start your day. Right, so into here, if I'm going to do something, I want to make it really tasty, but I want it to have a good aroma. I love chocolate, but I actually really love chocolate and vanilla essence working together. Hello, Tony Narang. Good to see you tonight. This is the recipe that your husband Vishav was raving about when he saw my pictures on the internet. So you need to learn how to make this, beautiful lady. Nut milk, chia seeds, bit of vanilla in there, super easy. We're going to add in some sweetener. Now with the vanilla, because if I'm going to make a normal vanilla type of chia pudding, I would use, I'm a big fan of Natvia. Sometimes for some people, if they're used to having sugar or other sweeteners like maple syrup and things like that, they don't like the flavor of stevia, which is basically what this is. I'm used to it now because like any other part of our body, we can train our taste buds into new things as well. So I'm used to the flavor. However, if I was going to make a vanilla chia pudding, I would use half a tablespoon of stevia in there. You could use honey, would be delicious in there, not too much, but enough to give you a little hint of sweetness. You could use some organic maple syrup, would be really nice. This basically the sweetener that you're used to using in your own low carb healthy diet. So it could be, if you use xylitol, you could do that. Now tonight I'm actually going to make my favorite, which is the chocolate chia pudding. So I've got 3 tablespoons in there of my chia seeds. I'm going to put 1 complete tablespoon of Natvia in there as well. I've got my vanilla essence in there already, so we're good to go. Who else is on the stream tonight? Oh, Camilla Allen, good to see you, Chef. Nice to see you on there. Haven't seen you for a long time. I don't want to open up that. I actually want my cocoa. Lynn Nolan, talking about sweetener, I've just found monk fruit a lot better to my taste. A lot of people have said that, yes. I know that a lot of people are starting to jump on board with monk fruit. Down the road at Mexicali, I believe, they do one of their dishes with monk fruit as well. So really tasty and very low GI. Hello, Sharon Sawyer, good to see you. Suzanne Downs from Wellington, good to see you too. So there you go. That is pretty much your recipe. I mix pretty much everything in the Ninja Bullet because I'm really lazy. And when I tried making these originally when I first started, this was months and months ago, I made them in the mason jar thinking, oh, it looks just like Pinterest, it looks just like Instagram. It's really hard to mix anything in here. So yeah, I mix everything thoroughly because you really want everything to mix through. First of all, in here. And again too, once you've made your chia pudding, once it starts to set, or once it's thickened, you may even want to put it in here again and blend it through, or use a hand blender for whatever you've made it in. There you go. So that's pretty much how you make it. And then you can pour it into a pretty container, such as your mason jar or basically whatever you want to put it in, and let it set. So the longer you set it, the thicker it will get. So just as an example, gosh, I love chia seeds. They're really, again, really nice if you do eat a little bit of carbs. So if you eat porridge, as an example, chia seeds on top is really good. My partner Pete, his daughter loves them. Really cool. So this one we had a look at earlier, you can see how it's got really gloopy and really thick. That's good. So that's technically your chia egg ready to put into a recipe. Okay, so you can see it's got really glutinous, it's really thick. So if you add something like that into a cake, if you add it into your smoothie, can you see what it's going to do? It's going to thicken everything up. And when it comes to pudding, it does exactly the same. So let's take a look at this. We've got this gorgeous, thick, and you guys can see it, this thick chia pudding. So when it comes to serving it, if I was having a dinner party, I'd get a really nice glass and I'd think, I want it to be really delicious. I want to make it a little bit like a cheesecake. So how am I going to do that? First of all, we're thinking about protein, how we're going to get a really good hit of protein. And when it comes to flavour, particularly with dessert, so last night I went to see my lovely friend Tony Narang, who's watching today. Basically, she created this delicious dish. It was like a cheese, almost like a cheesecake, a deconstructed cheesecake in a glass. Had crunchy almondy biscuits in the bottom. It had some fruit in there. It had some yogurt. And basically what we're getting is all those hits of crunch. We're getting a little bit of sweetness, which we get from this chia pudding as well. Oh, I'll smash my bag open. You're kind of getting all that creaminess that you want as well. You're getting everything that you want from a dessert. If you think of that cheesecake with that beautiful crusty bottom and all that crunchy deliciousness. But here we're doing a really healthy low carb version, which you know will serve your health. I'm using a whole mix of nuts. Yep, my bag's completely smashed, doesn't matter. Camilla Allen, hello, it's been a while. Looking gorgeous as ever. Well, you know what, Camilla, I've been stalking you on Facebook and you're a beautiful mama, I have to say. Okay, I'm going to take just a handful of nuts and pop them into the bottom. You could think slivered almonds. I'm thinking what goes nice? Oh, obviously, what goes beautiful with chocolate? Brazil nuts, of course. Beautiful, think Nutella kind of flavors. Absolutely delicious. Now, I am no master chef, so I'm not very good at plating things up, but I'm great when it comes to ideas and I'm exceptional at eating. So that's always good too. Okay, what we're going to add in here is a little bit of this chia pudding, and we're actually going to create it a bit like you would with a pavlova. No, sorry, a trifle. And we're going to create little layers in here, and this will be absolutely delicious. I'll tell you that right now. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Loving it. Loving it. And the thing too is to remember, you know, we eat with our eyes. Can I say we eat with our nose? I guess we can. But basically, it's that whole concept that you want your food to kind of, especially if you're serving it to people, to look a little bit fancy, like you care about them. Okay, so we've got a layer of chocolate, layer of nuts in there. I'm going to put a little bit of the vanilla in here as well, just to mix things up slightly, make it look kind of pretty. And this is, if you saw, I shared a post earlier in, I think it was last week, of a beautifully plated up, I took a lot of time, a beautifully plated up chia pudding that was just so delicious, and I included berries in it. I'm going to do that today actually. So we've got chocolate, we've got nuts, we've got berries, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's going to be really pretty. And the best part is this, you can eat for breakfast, you can eat for lunch, you can eat for dessert. Actually, I might put some berries in there right now. You can eat it all day round and it's really, really good for you. Okay, I'm going to put some berries in there. That's just going to be, I mean, come on. Seriously? Look at that. So, Vishav, if you're watching, this is basically what I created in the picture that you saw. And then I'll get some really finely chopped nuts. I mean, look at that. Restaurant quality, and I ain't no super master chef or anything, but that is cute. Now that, my friends, is loaded with nutrition. Delicious. It's loaded with nutrition. It's really good for your body. And as I look back through my notes, it's loaded with antioxidants as well. So really good for anti-aging. We all want that. I'm just cleaning up my bench. Loads of fatty acids. 20% of this dish is actually protein. So that's what we like in there. It's really high in fiber, extremely good for your digestion and really good at supporting your health. I mean, if you look at that, would you eat that at a dinner party? I know I would, because I know how good it tastes. And it's super easy. I mean, I think that just looks cute. Oh, hi Jane Wan, good to see you. Lynn Nolan, you love chia pudding. I do as well. I think it's highly, highly underrated. And I think more people should embrace chia pudding into their days. And I think it looks kind of nice, you know, with the little different colours there as well. So, another thing you can do, if you make the plain vanilla chia pudding, you can then do things like add in some mixed spices, so you can mix it up like, you know, how you would. So if we think of something like a little bit like gingerbread, you'd add in some mixed spice, and then you'd go and you grab some ground ginger as well. Just put a little bit in there, or you can even use fresh ginger. Add it into your vanilla chia pudding, and again, blend it all up, let it sit overnight. So this is basically your equivalent of overnight oats. But the cool thing is you can mix it in just a couple of hours, and unlike oats, which make me kind of sleepy, This is energy food right here. You can also, if you want to make it kind of pinky coloured, blend some berries through there, particularly if we're looking at, say, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, all those lower GI berries mixed through here in a blender. Delicious. Then what would I top it with? Probably with some of these. These are the Healtheries cooking chocolate bits, chocolate chip bits. No, I don't get paid by them to talk about these products. I don't get paid by anybody to talk about this. I just genuinely love these products. So if I was going with plain vanilla, I'd go plain vanilla with maybe some chocolate and some berries, or I would go peanut butter with some vanilla and some chocolate, because they just all work together. So it's your job to decide what are your favorite flavor combinations and kind of go from there. The base, as you've seen, is super simple. Whether you're going to use it, water and chia seeds, and you're baking, or whether you're going to make a delicious chia pudding and impress your friends, it's that easy. And if I can do it and live stream, you guys have no excuses. And remember too that it's all about the flavor. You know the nutrition's going to be good. So how creative are you guys going to get? Do you like that, Heidi? Heidi's just said it looks great, thank you. Alison Leonard, how are you, beautiful lady? Gina Sterling, I'll definitely be putting this on my recipe list. Absolutely. Gary Auckland, good to see you. Joe Sikkei, Shane Price, hello to you. Oh, Vishav loves it. I'm pleased to hear that, Tony. Now that recipe is actually already loaded onto my website. I've put the chocolate one, which I've just made here. That's loaded onto my website for you, MoniqueBradley.tv. The vanilla one, seriously simple. It's chia seeds, it's nut milk, and it's a little bit of sweetener. It could not get much simpler with a little bit of vanilla in there. So I'd love to know if you guys are going to try it, and I'd love to know what your favorite flavor combinations are, because I get inspired by what you guys eat and what you guys think too. So message me through Facebook and let me know how you would create your own beautiful chia pudding and your favorite flavor combinations. Now, by the way, on my website, coming up very shortly, I have another live stream coming up in 7 minutes actually, and that's for my private Facebook group. In that group, I do additional recipes. So tonight I'm cooking an amazing dinner dish, which you can make your own way as well. So it's a very versatile dish. There's also additional support in that group. There's an amazing group of people in there who are all going through their own journey. So if you need support on, if you're going through weight loss or you're looking for a path to wellness, maybe you want to increase your exercise, maybe you want to look at natural health options, we've got experts in that group who can help you. Plus, every day we talk about slightly different topics to help you keep motivated in your own journey. To be part of that group, you do need to head to my website and sign up for a subscription. MoniqueBradley.tv is the place to go, and it's got all the details on how we can work together and help you find your way to wellness and fabulousness if you're not quite there yet. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I've got to prep for my next live. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's recipe. I know I can't wait to sink my teeth into that, because that for me, look at that, so pretty. That is heaven in a glass right there. All right, time to head away. Thanks for watching, everybody, and remember to find out more about what I'm up to, head to MoniqueBradley.tv. See you guys soon. Bye.